My dear friends in Christ, thank you for joining me once again in this channel. My name is Father Evaristus Abu. Today is Tuesday of the second week of Lent. Join me as we reflect on the topic, You are what you do. In Matthew chapter 23 verse 3, Jesus says to us, "So practice and observe whatever they tell you, but not what they do. For they preach, but do not practice." Some time ago, I heard the story of a certain man who killed a pregnant lady, another woman, and her 9-month-old baby. This he did to cover up for his immoral activity with the pregnant lady. What struck me about this event was the constant reference to the word pastor by the news reporter. The news reporter, by referring to this man as a pastor, made a mockery of the Christian faith. Many people who heard the story may never remember the name of the man, but would not forget that this man called himself a pastor. It was the kind of life that people were living that made them merit the name Christian. It wasn't because they were called Christian that they lived like that. If you really want to know who you are, forget about what anyone says and find out what your actions are saying about you, especially those actions you do in secret. That is how you really know who you are. Being called a doctor, a lawyer, a priest, an evangelist, a prophet, and so on does not make you one. Your actions are a true test of your identity. In our gospel passage today, Jesus encountered the scribes and the Pharisees, persons who paraded themselves as the religious leaders of the day. Jesus preferred to call them a name that their actions actually depicted: hypocrites. They preached the truth, but they practiced falsehood. Jesus went as far as challenging the titles that they loved to call themselves, because their actions were simply a contradiction of what they called themselves. Jesus says, "Do not call them teacher. Do not call them rabbi. Do not call them master. Do not call them father. Call them by their real names." Is there a contradiction between what I preach and what I do? Am I living in pretense? Then, as the prophet Isaiah says in today's first reading, "Wash yourselves, make yourselves clean, remove the evil of your doing from my eyes. Learn to do good, seek justice, correct oppression, defend the fatherless, plead for the widow." Isaiah chapter 1 verse 16 and following. Wash yourself. Do not simply answer a name, become the name. May God bless His words in our hearts. Amen.